Okay, so today what I'm going to walk through is the setup of a 7-figure business. To make it easier on everyone's maths, we're going to go for a 100K a month business. All right. How you should set that up, what your margins are going to be, what kind of money that you should expect out of it in profit, and kind of where the money's going to go and what you're going to have to get set up. When you're trying to scale to £100,000 a month, the best way to get there is with a high ticket one-to-one coaching offer and nothing else. You put your sole focus and sole energy into marketing that product. Okay. I know people try and get there by launching 17 different things. In my experience, I've done this now twice myself, and then with 3 other clients from less than 50 grand a month. It is much, much easier if you focus on one specific product and make sure that you do your best at marketing that. There will be people that break that trend, I'm sure, but for the majority of people, that is the easiest way to get there. Once you get there, then you can start looking at adding other offers to offset ad spend and all of that nonsense. But for ease of this, the easiest way and the simplest way to get there is by running a one-to-one, high results driven, high touch service that you can get around kind of £250 to £300 a month for. Okay. That doesn't break the system. It's sellable nearly everywhere in the world. Okay. It doesn't require you to only work with millionaires to do so. So realistically, you're going to have around 350 one-to-one clients in this business. All right. That should get you at a decent price point to that 100K a month mark. So your job is to make sure that you get there now. And these are the breakdowns of how that's going to look. With 350 clients, you are going to need around 7 coaches. All right. 7 coaches that deal with 50 clients a piece each. Now, there is something that you can do here where if you can't handle that, I don't know why you wouldn't be able to handle managing 7 coaches. But if you really don't want to, you could promote one of the coaches to a head coach as well and have them manage the coaches. And then you obviously work with the manager. That's a choice that you'd have to make. It would also have to, realistically fit in the budget. But your coaching budget should be around 15% of revenue. Okay. So if you've got 100 grand a month coming in, then you would spend £15,000 a month on your coaching team of 7 coaches. All right. That doesn't sound like a massive amount of money, considering that's 15K a month divided by 7 coaches is just a little over 2 grand. But you have to, take into account that 50 clients is a part-time job, realistically. These coaches, if you really push them, could probably take on 100 clients because that's all they're doing. They're not marketing. They're not doing lead gen. They're not posting content. They maybe have some content stuff to do for the wider team, but it's very, very small. Okay. You are driving the leads. You are driving the client numbers. Okay. All they have to do is coach. And realistically, they could probably do 40 hours a week and handle 100 clients and be absolutely fine. So that would allow you to actually work with less coaches, but it depends on the appetite of what people want to do, what they're currently doing elsewhere in the business. Okay. And what their kind of wider aspirations are. But your budget for coaching will be £15,000 a month. Now, you will also have a £15,000 a month marketing budget. So 15% of your revenue should go towards marketing. That's however that looks. Content creation, paid advertising, PR, coaching, mentoring, if they focus more on the sales and marketing side of things, okay, whatever that looks like, but you will have £15,000 a month to spend on there. If you start pulling your marketing budget down below 10%, you will probably stunt the growth of your program. Again, there will be people that will be able to do it on a smaller budget, but not many. Okay. If you're a social media darling, if everybody loves you, if you have a massive profile, then you might be able to get away with less. But the average coach with the average business will spend somewhere between 15 and 20% on their marketing. So that actually may go up. If you're not amazing on camera, if you don't have, a bit about you, if that makes sense, if you're not kind of a slightly larger character, you might have to spend more to get people's attention and to bring them into your world. You're also going to have a 10% operations budget. Now, that's actually slightly high. £10,000 a month is probably a little bit heavy for operations at a business this size, but you're probably going to need at least 6 or 7, I would think, spread across, software, spread across like a PA or a VA, spread across like having a setter in your account spread across accounting and all that thing. So there's some kind of all the minor other costs of the running the business kind of add up into that. You may not need 10,000. You may, if you have less than 10,000, I would recommend put it into your coaching team and your marketing budget. And then the last one is kind of optional, because at 350 clients, if you've got a very, very good client retention rate of 12 months or longer, you may be able to handle all these sales calls yourself, which would save you 10%, which would save you £10,000 a month. Okay. Because a good closer is going to want 10% of the ticket price for doing the close on commission. Now, I've worked with coaches before and I've scaled businesses where they have their coaching team do the sales calls. At 7 coaches, that's a very difficult team to manage for sales. You almost have to manage them on a coaching aspect and manage them on a sales aspect. And you're asking them to do 2 jobs, one of them, which they're probably not a natural at. It becomes quite inefficient at the coaching team being that size. You can get away with doing that at under 50 grand a month and it actually works very, very well. But if you scale into this size, you're probably going to need a closer in the business, or you're going to need to take on the role of a closer yourself. So that's a further 10%. So out of £100,000 a month, you're looking at about 50k profit. You may be able to get that up to 60k if you're willing to sell. You may be able to get that even up to 70k if you're fucking brilliant at social media, but more than likely you're probably going to be looking at operating around 50% margin. And that is how you break down a 7-figure business. If you want to know a little bit more about that, if you want to check whether your business model has the potential to get there, and even if you want maybe a bit of a skeleton plan of what it might take and what the next steps are for you, book a free business audit with our team. All right. It's literally one of our business consultants will sit down, we'll audit your whole business. We'll look at where you're weak. We'll look at where you're strong, and we'll put together the next few steps, what you need to take in order to get on this route. Okay. There's no obligation to sign up to a program or buy anything from us. We can have that conversation if you want, but it's just an audit call to look at your business. If you want one of those, make sure you click the link that's in the description of this. Okay. You'll be able to book in a time and you can get access to that. Other than that, if you found this helpful, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Okay, make sure you set any notifications to let you know when we do more posts like this. And if it has helped you, please share it to someone else that you know that it may help as well, because that helps us kind of spread this around without it, being a bit of an inorganic thing. If it's helped you, it'll likely help someone else. It's good to pay it forward.